All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Tim. How y'all doing today? Good, good. Okay. So, today we're going to talk about superheroes. And who is the greatest superhero of all times? Now, that question can be answered in many different ways depending on who you ask. But my favorite, I think you can see from Spider-Man, little shirt, little balloon prop. Mine is Spider-Man. And why is it Spider-Man? I'll tell you why. His power is unique. His life is always falling apart, and he is always underpowered or the underdog. So I'm sure we all sat with our friends, but the adults, kids, and we asked, if we could have any superpower, what would it be? Now that's an interesting question, depending on what you say, reveals about one's personality. Now we have a famous quote from Stanley Lee. He was the inventor of Spider-Man in 1922. And he said, "We all wish we had superpowers. We all wish we can do more than what we can do." Incredible, powerful. But most of us have trouble seeing beyond the super strengths, invisibility, and able to fly. But having the abilities of a spider is pretty damn cool and incredible to watch. So Spider-Man, he cannot fly, cannot leap buildings, and cannot ride an invisible airplane. His superpowers are unique because he swings around the city like a trapeze artist, relying on perfectly timed momentum, and usually his habitat is up in the New York skyscrapers. Instead of punching, kicking, slicing, he likes to stick criminals together with his spidey webs and then hang them from the ceiling. Another thing, his life is always falling apart. While wearing a mask, he's like living a dream. Spider-Man is perfect. But during the day, his real life is in shambles. He is bullied at school, he's bullied at work, he's socially awkward, and he's isolated. His only living family member is Aunt May. She's an elderly, vulnerable woman who also needs his protection. His role as a superhero is nothing but a burden to him. It cripples him. It distances him from the crowd. It always lets loved ones down by having to push them away to safety to save someone else, which they don't realize. Another thing, he's always underpowered. Compared to other superheroes, his opponents tend to be covered in metal or equipped with massive weaponry. Spider-Man wears a thin layer of some fancy spandex. I don't know, it could be LuLaRoe for all I know. But anyway, anything else would slow him down, so he does need a thin material, and it's actually kind of functional in his superhero abilities. So instead of using brute power that any other superheroes have, he uses his agility. And he always looks like he's always fighting for his life to the end. Which that's what Spider-Man does. So, in a perfect comic world, filled with weaponry, from the White Lantern, the Ultimate Nullifier, or the Infinity Gauntlet, it always looks good to see a character who appears like natural. That's us. Like we're natural. Like we could be Spider-Man, somehow. If we didn't get bit by a spider. But he's a kid burdened with adult responsibilities, a guy who cannot catch a break, and is always the underdog. That's what I like. Thank you.